What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Now it appears to me that 79% of viewers haven't subscribed to the channel yet, so please do a brother a favour and hit that subscribe button. It's free and it'll help grow the channel, and I'll be very appreciative if you do that. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you want to see more content like this. What have we got today? This is an article from Bounding Into Comics, and I want to throw out a huge shout out to John F. Trent and all the gang over there that do a great job. If you've never been to the Bounding Into Comics website before, go ahead and check it out. There's some great stories on there. I found this report. It's about Indiana Jones 5 and the Dial of Destiny, and it is reportedly pacing far behind the likes of the new Transformers movie, Rise of the Beasts, and also Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in audience interest. Now, to me, that just does not come as a huge surprise, given all of the rumours that have been surrounding Indiana Jones of late, since all of the trailer drops, even well before the trailers dropped. Now, I'll read a little bit of what this is saying, and then we'll have a little discussion as to what I think is behind it. The upcoming Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny film is reportedly pacing far behind rival films Transformers Rise of the Beasts and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. A report from Puck's Matthew Belloni claims that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny significantly underperformed compared to Transformers Rise of the Beasts and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, Rise of the Beasts is due out in June and Guardians is due out in May of this year. So the three films have released trailers during Brazil Comic Con back at the beginning of December of last year. According to studio source Belloni, reports that Transformers Rise of the Beasts racked up over 506 million views in 2 weeks across YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram and Twitter. Guardians drew in 187 million views, while Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny only brought in 79 million views. Now, are people just not interested in this franchise anymore? It's something like 13, 14, maybe even 15 years since the last Indiana Jones installment, and now we're looking at an Indiana Jones who's in his 80s. It's like watching your granddad run about, swinging on ropes, jumping about on moving vehicles, trains, riding motorcycles and riding horses around the city that the movie takes place in. Now, I think it's probably because the likes of the Transformers franchise, for all its faults and flaws, some of the movies were awful. Most of them were, if not all, were directed by Michael Bay, who's very hit and miss in my opinion. He has done some great movies. 13 Hours is a great movie. If you haven't seen that, it's a true story. Go and watch that movie. Transformers is kind of okay, but you do not see Michael Bay, or I haven't personally seen Michael Bay or any of the actors or anybody involved in any of the Transformers franchise coming out and calling fans for having an opinion about the movie. It seems to be, it's almost like a trend these days. If you don't agree with anything, if you don't like a movie, if you don't agree with the politics in a movie, then you are branded as all sorts of horrible names that I probably can't even say on YouTube. Bigots, misogynists, all sorts of ists and phobes. It's getting beyond a joke. It's more than childish. When I was a kid, we would fight and argue over what was good about a film. We would call each other's names, we would have a laugh, and then we would go off and play football or soldiers or something like that. And we would never ever dream of calling each other hurtful, horrible, disgusting names. The same can be said for Guardians of the Galaxy. For all the odd Disney products, and a lot of the Disney stuff coming through now is just awful. But the Guardians of the Galaxy seem to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. You could watch the first part and the second part and you wouldn't have to know anything really about the MCU. But I haven't seen... I know James Gunn's had a bit of to and fro with fans over DC and certain things, but I don't think he's ever come out and called the fans bigots and misogynists and all that sort of thing. You can watch Guardians of the Galaxy, and for all its like I said, it's part of a bigger picture. You can still watch them for what they are, and that's probably what's keeping Guardians of the Galaxy afloat. The fact that you can watch the movies, you can have a lot of fun, and nobody seems to be arguing over that mini franchise within a bigger franchise. But as far as Lucasfilm goes, it's pretty much done nothing but take a swipe at fans since the Star Wars sequels came out, and then all the bullshit started. Fans were this, that and the other. Fans were misogynists because they hated the female characters, even though they were some of the worst poorly written characters you could come across in cinema, including the male characters. The stories were weak. They took legacy characters and turned them into something that they absolutely were not. And then you had the likes of Rian Johnson arguing with fans. Fans were arguing with J.J. Abrams. Fans were hating on, rightly so, Kathleen Kennedy, wanting to turn everything female for whatever reason. Didn't need to do that. We've had strong females since Boadicea and Joan of Arc and Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. Right throughout time we've had good, strong female characters, very well written. Don't forget that the first ever female character was Jennifer Lawrence, of course. She's a stalwart in the female community. But just so much nonsense, like I say, beyond childish, that's probably turned a lot of fans away from this franchise. Given all the rumours, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. There's Phoebe Waller-Bridge there. There's been a lot of rumours of her taking over the franchise, picking up the fedora at the end of the movie. Rumours, yes, we don't know if they're true. James Mangold's saying none of it's true, but we have been fooled before. Rumours of the time travel, going back in time and then erasing the entire timeline of Indiana Jones so that she can take over, and then we've heard stories of the movie showing Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character replacing him, and then you see her in different scenes from throughout the 4 movies that we've had previous. It's just an absolute quagmire of shite. Nobody knows what's true, nobody knows what's false, but people are erring on the side of caution now with Hollywood and with cinema, because when you're paying $15-20 in the States and almost 10 British pounds to get in to watch a movie, that's a lot of money. By the time you take a family of 4, you're looking at £50 or £60 for a night out with all your popcorn and your very expensive chocolate and drinks. People don't want to do that. People don't want to risk that. They'll probably rather wait until it comes onto a streaming service and get it for free. So these trailers were shown at the Brazilian Comic Con. So like I said before, Guardians got 187 million views. Indiana Jones got only 79 million views. The Transformers got 506 million views. So obviously that franchise is still alive and well for whatever reason. I think it's probably because Transformers fans have never been called bigots and misogynists. Probably. But that's just a little insight into what's going on with Indiana Jones. Thank you to John F. Trent and the gang for bringing us that news. What do you think? Are you going to go and see Indiana Jones 5 when it comes out? I'm not sure I'm going to spend money on it at the cinema. Again, it is so expensive to go into the cinema, and I can sit at home and watch Netflix or Amazon, and it's only £10 a month. So, I don't know. I'll see how I feel when it comes out. I'll judge by what people are saying once they have seen it and all the reviews start flooding in, and I'll make a decision based on that, and I'll keep my money in my pockets. Anyway, let me know what you're going to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye now.